let me quickly, in fact, also bring in Charu Wali Khana, former member NCW. Charu Wali Khana, now, as far as, of course, this particular case is concerned, what do you make of the shocking details emerging? And also, at the end of the day, what lessons must society draw from the ordeal that this woman has had to go through, not just on that day of 21st August, but for many, many months and years?
Absolutely. I totally agree with the police person before me who spoke about culpability. I am the father from the interview before which you showed aired. The father was saying the girl rung him up on the 17th and said, Mujhe panah de do. Give me a small place to stay. Save me. And what does he do? Nothing. Who is responsible? I feel the father and the mother should also be arrested. I mean, he's making these, it may sound a little insensitive. How dare they go to these kangaroo courts and reconcile the matter and tell the girl to go back? The girl, with great difficulty, you see, every girl wants her marriage to work. That's the societal pressure and the patriarchal system that, a woman who is a divorcee or a separated, there's a stigma. But with great difficulty, she tells her parents that I'm being beaten every day. And rather than going to the police, what do her parents do? They go to one of these kangaroo courts. I want the police to investigate who were the members of the panchayat and who were those sarpanch, illegal sarpanch, who passed this order. They must be arrested. Then only you will talk about culpability. Otherwise, it will just go on. And as far as the defense evidence, I'm really disturbed because the father is going to be a very, very weak witness. And the defense, he'll not be able to stand cross-examination because our whole focus is on dowry. See, it need not be dowry. They were extortionists. If the girl was, it's about cruelty. It's about what 84, 85 BNS and Section 498 IPC talk about. It's cruelty to married women with a view to take extort valuable security. When we use the word dowry, somehow we are justifying the act in the name of culture. So I feel even this Dowry Prohibition Act, the name should be changed to Married Women Cruelty and Extortion. Because the moment you use the word dowry, you're repeatedly saying that dowry. So the DPA will not apply. Because the marriage was over, these are not directly related. The money that she took, 1.5 lakh rupees from her father, the father gave her and they wanted a part of her earnings. I mean, they were not helping her with anything. And her parents were financially supporting her and maybe the in-laws also, with their various demands. So there, you're not going to link that. You're not going to be able to link that. The defense will pull it to shreds. So we need to focus on her murder. It's a clear-cut case of murder and cruelty. And I was astonished at the parents. There was another other sister-in-law, Chacheri Bhain. You know this is happening and you're marrying your daughter off to these kind of, demons? Absolutely insane people whom the sister said that, they used to beat us, both of us, and take videos or photographs or something like that. I mean, what is wrong with the parents? A girl is crying, she's begging, she's pleading, pana de do. I mean, what can be a stronger word than that? Ki pana de do ek kamre mein, and what do? Rather than going to the police, so what? The laws are all there in place. But then who's going to implement the law? The police will only implement it if you come to them with a complaint. But if you go into this process of samjhauta, reconcile, and it's really a tragedy because this girl's death, I mean, the different channels have been showing the statistics, and I think around almost 18 girls are being, killed for dowry every day. And that just does not, those figures don't capture the real picture because a lot of them are suicide. And even the Supreme Court says, oh, she was mentally weak. I mean, which woman will not be mentally weak if you're beaten every day and you're brought to a situation where you have to kill yourself? And in this case also, I'm sure the courts would have acquitted him. And maybe later on in the Supreme Court, they'll say she set herself on fire. And that little child witness who saw it, who said that the father lit the, cigarette lighter and set her ablaze, the defense will say he is tutored by the grandparents. So this is the system that we have. We have a law which you don't take the benefit of. We have parents who don't really care for the girl because she's seen as a liability. They don't want her back. They think it's a stigma for them. And now all you say is ki bulldoze their house. Bulldoze their house. They should be hanged. I mean, we need to get real. I also want to, since your channel has very good viewership, I also want to highlight this. The Dowry Prohibition Act talks about Dowry
Yes.
Prohibition Act officers in Section 8B, because the government was cognizant of the fact that these things take place in areas, and if there's an officer, he'll know if there's a giving and taking of dowry. He'll be able to handle the situation. He'll make the police complaint. He'll collect the evidence. But what has the government done? I don't think that area has any DPO, designated dowry prohibition officer, like there's no designated child marriage prohibition officer. So, I mean, if we don't want to take our own laws seriously.
Seema Kausar, women's rights activist, also